Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced, and you're listening to another episode of Living Better, where I talk about like things like health and productivity and motivation, and just an overall like how can I live a better life, living better. And today, what I want to do is just kind of give you three quick sort of like if you just take care of these three things, you will feel you'll see your health improve. Um, and then you can always just do deeper things. But literally, like I've been really thinking about like a lot of this health stuff that I've talked about the last few episodes, and sort of like if I had to say, okay, there's three things, like if you had to kind of just the three things you should do, that everyone should do to get healthier, what would they be? One, walk. So I would say start off by walking like 6,000 steps, and then keep trying to work up that number so you can get to 10,000 steps a day. But start with a goal of like 6,000 steps a day. Try to get hit there. Like that's like basically if you can budget, walking in place or walking around like three times a day for like 20 to 30 minutes, you should hit 26 to 8,000 easy. Okay, it usually takes me about 2 hours a day to hit 12,000 steps, and I do 12,000 steps every day. A lot of days I'm doing like 16, 20,000 now. Without even thinking about it, because I do my morning walk. I wake up early, I do a walk, and then rest of the day is just generally extra steps. I end up in that like 16,000 range. Second thing, cut sugar. Okay. A lot of people talk about like low carb, and generally like I have a low carb lifestyle definitely helped me like make a drastic change. I would say I'm not as low carb as I was, but I mean the more fundamental piece I would say like like whether if you want to be counting every little carb in your life, cut out sugars. Like just take a look at um and basically limit your fructose to pretty much just natural fruits. Okay, so basically, don't drink sodas. Um, you know, I wouldn't have honey unless it's with like tea. Okay, so I'm like, if you're drinking a nice little like cinnamon tea, sure have a little honey with it, but I would even like reduce like honey intake. I would just like literally like when it comes to more specifically again fructose, um, cut try you want to try to reduce any non sort of natural fruits, and even then you want to moderate your fruit intake. Doesn't necessarily mean don't eat fruits. It just means like uh, especially like the high fructose corn syrup, like because that's again like super super concentrated, has it can do you can turn a lot around by just cutting that out. Okay, like you cut that out, you'll end up kind of in a much lower carb diet because you'll realize like how much food has added sugar. Okay, and then what happens? You'll end up leaning more on foods that have higher fiber, which is ideally what you want. Like if you want to have foods that have carbs and you don't want to be worrying about like again counting carbs, just try to lean towards foods where they're higher fiber, higher protein. And you'll find yourself actually eating less into because of the higher fiber and higher protein content, and to the lower sugars will balance out your insulin a little bit more. So basically, again, walk, cut sugar out of your diet, like cold turkey, ideally until you feel like you're in a healthy place. Then like heavily moderate it. Like nowadays, like I will eat things with sugar, but again, generally like me, I'm like at 3 p.m. I'm done eating for the day. Not always. I'm a little bit less lax now, but I definitely don't have any like full-on meals after 3 p.m. And then the third thing is get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Make sure you're getting at least 6, but shoot for 8. But if you do those three things, you walk, you cut sugar out, and you get better sleep, you're gonna notice that if you're overweight, you're gonna start losing a bit of weight and getting in much better shape, and overall feel better. Again, the walking exercise is going to do several good things for you, like trigger things like autophagy, but also just like help your cardiovascular health. It's going to burn calories, uh, but again, when you're walking, it's less intense on your joints, so you're not going to necessarily have as much like wear and tear on your joints and ligaments. And you're not going to be triggering as much cortisol because you're not stressing out your body, but you're still burning those calories. And again, you don't need to do it all at one time. It's actually better if you do like 2,000 steps here, 2,000 steps there, because you're going to actually end up burning more if your body does more exercise throughout the day. It's like it keeps your body like get up and walk for a bit every once in a while, because that consistent like you'll Like if I do all my steps at the beginning of the day, but then I eat a whole lot in the middle of the day, well, I'm not burning all that stuff that I just ate for that remainder of the day. So you still have a problem. So, you know, but yeah, walk, make sure you walk every day, cut sugar out, get your sleep, and you'll be surprised. Like those three simple little things will make a huge difference. You're not necessarily I'm not asking you to micromanage every little nutrient you have or do really intense exercises or just asking you to sleep, lay off the sweets, and walk a little bit. Okay, you do those three things, you'd be surprised. Even in just like a month or so, you're gonna see huge differences, and I can just tell you this from personal experience, they go a long way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. My name is Alex Merced. You're listening to Living Better. Have a great day and enjoy.